Hiya, welcome to another little podcast from Stephen Beck at BCFC, the project. We've got a new manager, absolutely brilliant. As predicted by us late last week, Tony Mowbray was today or yesterday introduced as our new manager, although, excuse me, I'm led to believe that the deal actually went through on Friday morning. So we had a chance to have a little look around and see what's what. Not sure how everyone thinks about it. I put a little piece this morning into the project on Facebook, pretty much outlining how I see it. I think it's our second new start, really. The first one was a bit of a damp squib, no pun intended, but we had all the fireworks. We had all of the razzmatazz, new kits, we had undefeated, we had the ground slowly coming back to normal. And then, for some weird reason, unbeknown to me, and I know everyone's going to say it's because America knows him, it's because Gary Cook knows him, that Wayne Rooney was bought into Blues. I'm not throwing the bloke under the bus, Gary Cook, but it's so obviously a bit of an old friends act that, everyone must see it. It's right in front of your face. Tom Magner took Gary Cook's word for it, and fair play to Gary Cook. He took a massive gamble on Rooney. He must have a great deal of faith in him. I'm not saying, you can't just give someone, it'd be like him giving me the job, and he must have had a lot of faith in Wayne Rooney to give him that job. And to be honest, it was a monumental fuck up, from day one. It started off with the crowd being against him because everything was good, from day one. People didn't want Wayne Rooney. And the rest is history, we know what happened. Caused a great divide in the club, cost the club money. And I know people are saying, yeah, but look, Wayne Rooney bought a lot of money in. Well, had it gone well, he would have bought a lot more in, wouldn't he? Because the thing about any publicity is good publicity, just isn't so. Potential investors would have seen how the club sort of acted under pressure. It would have seen how the fans reacted, which wasn't really good. We were squabbling and infighting. So sorry. So we might have put a fair amount of investors off. So it's a double-edged sword when you have that kind of exposure. That in-depth exposure is brilliant if we're doing it properly. If we're not doing it properly, it shows up all the flaws and issues that the club might have. So I think in some ways, it raised our profile. In a lot of ways, it damaged us. But now we've got the ultimate experienced manager. I was about to say elder statesman, but someone on the project this morning said, please don't refer to him as an older statesman because he's younger than me. Well, okay. We have an experienced manager coming in Tony Mowbray, who has more or less done it all. He's got a great percentage record. He works well with players. They respect him. The guy's got a lot of experience. It's brilliant for us because he brings in, he uses youth players. He knows a lot of people within the game. He's well respected, as I said. He plays an attractive brand of football. I think the club have been very clever, giving him a 2.5-year contract. 2.5 years could sort of get us up to the edge of the Premiership, either in it or in the playoffs. And then we can look at the 2.5 years and think, okay, so where do we go from here? It might be that we carry on with with him. I don't know. But, probably take someone else on, perhaps bring someone from within the club and have Tony Mowbray as a head of football or something. There's a lot of ways this particular appointment could go, but I think initially we need stabilisation, and he's the man to do it. The players are going to rally around him. I think out of all the candidates, he's the only one that would have had all of the fans behind him. probably with the exception of Steve Cooper. You know, I've seen people saying, "Oh, Gary Rowett," and Gary Rowett would have defied the fans. I wouldn't have wanted Gary Rowett back. Someone else would have. Then we've got the ones saying, you know, we've got to give so and so a chance, or this person or that person. It just wouldn't have worked. Bringing back the old manager, John Eustace, wouldn't have worked either. So I think all in all, it was a really good appointment. I know there are people that are doubting the club's ambition by bringing in Tony Mowbray, but I think we have to look at this as a stepping stone. You know, Tony Mowbray is being used now to stabilise the club's position, to recover what is looking like a disastrous season, to get us some points. You know, I think I said the other day on one of the podcasts, that someone else's podcast actually, we're only 12 points away from the playoffs, I think, around that region. You know, you get 3 wins in this league and it completely changes the whole position of the table. It changes the outlook on the season. We might be a little bit inventive in the transfer window, sell someone, get a few in. There's a lot of people discrepancies at the moment about how many loans we can have. Right, this is definite. Right, we can have 8 loans. We have 4 at the moment, but we can only have 5 loans in any one match day squad. So, yeah, we could theoretically have 4 more loans, but the parent club aren't going to be very happy if their loan players don't even hit the bench, and we'll still be paying for them. So it doesn't make any sense, really, you know. So we've got to have a think about how we're going to play this now. You know, if we want to get some money, we're going to have to sell someone. Is the Jordan James deal still going through, or is it dead in the water? We're going to find out soon. Is there any other way we can bring money in for players? Inventive ways of moving some players on. It's all right saying, you know, get rid of Etheridge, get rid of Hogan, get rid of this and get rid of that. Number one, they've got to go, and number two, someone's got to want to take them. So it's not as easy as what you think. You can't just make a player leave. He's got a contract. If he wants to sit his contract out, he sits it out. So a lot of to and fro in there. And I think it'll be interesting to see what happens now over the next few games. I'm really excited to look forward to the Swansea game. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a big game for us. That could be a turning point for our season. Get the fans back on side. Hull City then at home in the cup. A bit of a crappy away draw to Leicester, but it's an away day. We've got 5,000 tickets, 6,000 tickets. There's no reason why we can't go there and get something. So don't look at it and just think Leicester City are automatically going to beat us. We've got Tony Mowbray in charge now. I, for one, am really happy with that appointment. So I know some people disagree with that, but I, for one, am happy with it. We will be 100% behind him at the project, and I hope you guys are. And you know what? Let's see what happens Saturday. So God bless you all. Thanks for watching us. Don't forget, give us a subscribe, a little click, share us, whatever you can. If you're not already a part of BCFC, the project, on Facebook, come and join us. We're the best Facebook group, Blues Facebook group out there. We don't take no shit. We don't have people taking the piss out of us. We don't have abusive comments. And I know that gets me a bad name from a lot of people, but by those people giving me a bad name sort of proves me right. It shows that they're not the people we want. So if you're one of them, tough. If you're not, come and join us. Have a good time. Have a bit of a crack with us. We do a lot of things in our group. So, guys, look forward to the weekend. Keep right on. Come on, Tony Mowbray, son. Show us what you can do.